Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. We've got another viewer trying to decide what camera to buy. In this situation, he's looking at the Canon 77D and the Nikon D7200, which is a little bit interesting because he's not going to the 80D, which is a little higher level camera. That's probably because the 77D does most of what the 80D does, and it's a little newer. I like both those cameras. I probably still lean towards the 80D, maybe because I could probably get one at a better value, but both decent cameras. Let's look at what does it say in the question here, and we'll try and help him out as far as an answer to which one he should buy. So this is Anerban writing in a comment. Hi sir, Canon 77, I hope I'm saying that right. Hi sir, Canon 77D or Nikon D7200. Which one is better for 70% still photography and 30% videograph? For Sigma 17-50 f2.8 Tamron 7300 VC 3.5 to 5.6 and a Tamron 90mm 2.8 macro. So this must be the lenses you're shooting with, which is a nice selection of lenses. I certainly like the Sigma 17-50. The Tamron's a decent option for a longer lens, and that Tamron 90 macro is a good one as well. In future, I like to be a macro photographer. I like the Canon 77D because of the rotating touchscreen and the touch focus and the dual pixel AF system. What do you say is this big deal for me? Which is better for ISO performance? Nikon APS-C sensor is slightly larger than the Canon because it's 1.5 crop factor. Canon's 1.6. Is this a big factor for better photography? Which camera should I buy? Which is your recommendation and why? I will buy that one. Waiting for your reply. Thank you for everything. Okay, well, good question, Anerban. I think a lot of people... these are two cameras that people would be weighing in on, and I tend to answer a lot of similar questions simply because I think people have a hard time deciding this, and so I like to provide some input to the specific question. I'm kind of leaning towards, in your situation, the 77D, because you are 30% photography, and you are specifically saying that you like the rotating touchscreen, the touch focus, and the dual pixel AF system. I really like all those in the 77D as well, or the 80D, which is why I would probably go for that, because you're not half and half for photography and video, but it sounds like you're weighted fairly significantly on video, but you also really like those features in the Canon. I guess first of all, get out to the store, get them both in your hands, and see what you think. I always recommend doing that because that may be the deciding factor for you. They're both very good cameras. The Nikon D7200 is a little better performing sensor. If you look at the sensor evaluations, if you look at just real world samples, it's got a little bit better high ISO. It's got a little bit better dynamic range, but by no means is that a deal killer. You can still get very good images out of the 77D or the 80D, and so that to me wouldn't be the be all and the end all. If you were solely focused on photography, I would probably go with the Nikon. Because it does perform a little better, and it has a little better autofocus system than the 77D. The Nikon D7200 has one of their flagship focus systems, so it's a very, very strong autofocus system. So that's an advantage over the 77D or the 80D. But because you seem to be interested in video, and you do like those features, the touchscreen, touch focus, and dual pixel AF, which I very much sympathize with because I love those features too. So I think in your situation, I would go with the 77D or the 80D. And as far as the sensor being slightly larger than the Canon, that's not really a factor. It could play into a little bit of why it's better performing, but it's such a small difference in crop factor and sensor size. I don't really think that's it. I think it's a better performing sensor. Nikon's able to tweak a bit better performance out of it. So no, it's not a big factor. So that would be my recommendation. Go with the 77D if that's what you like. Have a look at the 80D as well. You might be able to get it as a refurb or used or on sale at a better price, maybe more to your liking. But either one of those would be good, and I think they would all work very nicely with your lens selection. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? In this situation for Anerban, would you go with the 77D or the 80D, or would you go with the 7200? Let us know what you would do and why in the comments below. Let's help him make his decision. And thanks for your question. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.